steady Jamesy. James is a bright red engine. James may not always be the fastest engine, but he is certainly the steadiest. And for Sir Topham Hatt, a steady engine is a really useful engine. One morning, James puffed into the docks. Good morning. Then Sir Topham Hatt arrived. The brand new brass water wheel has just arrived from the mainland. It is magnificent. It will be displayed by the waterworks at Great Waterton. Emily, Gordon, and James were very excited. They couldn't wait to see the magnificent water wheel. James, you will deliver the water wheel to Great Waterton. James beamed from buffer to boiler. Gordon and Emily were surprised. I have chosen you, James, because you are the steadiest engine. You are to take the express line. It is the smoothest and most direct way to Great Waterton. Gordon gasped. James was going to use his express line. Cranky lowered the water wheel onto James's flatbed. It had a shiny brass rim that gleamed in the sun. Everyone looked at the magnificent water wheel. James, the steady is at the ready. And very slowly, James pushed his special out of the docks. James puffed up to the junction for the express line. Thomas was waiting. Bust my buffers, James. That's a very special. James was very happy. He looked ahead. If he took the express line, he couldn't stop for the people to admire his magnificent water wheel. But if he took the other track, he could stop at stations and bridges and sidings. A lot of people would see his special, the signal chain. James didn't take the express line. James was having a wonderful time. He went past stations, under bridges, and past farms. Everyone cheered and waved. James the Steady was now James the Magnificent. James arrived at a junction. The track ahead's in need of repair. But the track ahead led to the school. James wanted the school children to see him. So he chuffed on towards the broken track. The track was very bumpy and jumpy. The shiny brass edge of the wheel started to cut into the ropes. But James didn't know. At the school, children cheered and waved. James wasn't looking at the red signal. Oh, flatten my fender. James applied his brakes, but too late. The shiny brass edge of the water wheel cut even deeper through the ropes. James knew now his long journey had made him late. Then he had an idea. I will chuff up Gordon's Hill. It's the fastest way to Great Waterton. And, he puffed to himself, the other engines on the hill will all see my special. James huffed and puffed. He steamed and strained. Oliver and Arthur passed him coming down. They both thought his special was magnificent. But the water wheel was very heavy. James huffed and puffed. His face was now as red as his boiler. At last, he reached the top. But the edges of the water wheel were cutting deeper and deeper into the ropes. Then there was trouble. With a final jolt, the ropes broke. The magnificent water wheel rolled off James's flatbed. Fizzling fireboxes! Gordon was further down the hill with flatbeds of scrap iron. The water wheel rolled down the hill. it bounced onto Gordon's flatbed.
Now James's magnificent water wheel was on its way to the smelters.
James had to get to the smelter's yard before Gordon.
James puffed, and James panted along every shortcut he knew. No one saw James pass,
And no one stopped to wave. That no longer mattered to James. He had to save his magnificent water wheel from the smelters. Gordon puffed slowly into the smelter's yard. He pulled up outside the smelting shed. Then, suddenly,
there was James.
Gordon was surprised. James the Steady had won his race against the fastest engine on Sodor.
The magnificent water wheel was once again tied down to James's flatbed.
James the Steady, once more at the ready. And his wheels clickety-clacked without a cheer or a clap along the way. The water wheel was put into place. It looks grand. It looks magnificent. And James didn't need anyone to tell him that this had been a very special.